Today I'm celebrating a woman who has become a dear friend over the last 20 years or so. And her name is Teresia Sykes, although I infuriate her greatly by perpetually getting her name wrong, or is it right, or at least saying it in my unique style. I know her by many different names. I have called her for years the Angel of the North, and she's also the Queen of Pork because she does a mean roast and never dries it out and does incredible crackling. But also because she is, well, her name is spelt Teresia, although S-I-A at the end. Teresia. And we had a conversation many years ago when she was thinking about setting up businesses as a dance teacher. Well, in fact, she was at that time. And we were talking about names, and my name is Ian, but many people know me as Iam. That was a name that was given to me when I was working as a DJ in Australia. Some people suggested that name, and I really appreciated it. There was lots of reasons why. And then Teresia, I thought, well, it's really weird that your name is spelt this way, and that people have always called you Teresa, though it clearly doesn't look like that. And I said, well, Asia is A-S-I-A. Surely your name should be pronounced Teresia. And so at that time, with her permission, I began to call her that, and now I find it very difficult to do otherwise. And sometimes I curl my toes when she says, oh, I wish you wouldn't call me Teresa, because other people start calling me that, and I'm really sorry. Teresa, I'm so sorry. It's the funny thing about names, we don't just own our names. People call us what they want to call us. People call me all sorts of things I wish they didn't. And we just can't help it. So please forgive me when I get it wrong. But Teresa, the Angel of the North, is someone who I'm choosing to celebrate today because, for me, I haven't given her that name lightly. She comes from Huddersfield. She has a beautiful northern accent, which I absolutely cherish. It can't help but make me smile. Nobody can say no in a way that has so much expression. Normally the word no is like, oh, it's the last thing to make you smile. But when she tells me no, I feel a smile breaking out on my face almost immediately. She is called the Angel, or I have named her the Angel of the North, because she has an absolutely special magic about her that I saw first truly expressed, not just through her attentiveness and loving kindness that I saw demonstrated in so many ways, but because she is the embodiment of the spirit of dance. So I kind of encountered her through friends and through the party scene around Brighton that I was enjoying in my early 20s and onwards. And she was someone who would help out some people that were organising parties, and she would be constantly there to help in any way she could, setting up at the end, setting up beforehand, packing down at the end. But during the course of the party, she was constantly dancing, or almost constantly dancing. Now, we're kindred spirits in that respect. Like when I used to go to house and techno parties, I was there for the duration on the dance floor. If the music was good enough, I would be held there dancing from start to finish. I saw it as kind of some kind of shamanic workout or something. And Teresia was always there till the very last note was played, and with this beautiful smile, but very frequently in her own world, just dancing. And she later went on to, I say just dancing with so much passion, so much embodiment, so much energy. Not kind of dancing a bit, just like wiggling, dancing with all her heart, with her whole body. And it's difficult to not, kind of notice someone with that kind of energy about them. And we got to know each other over years. And she's also the sort of person that when you hug them, she hugs you back, like fully, not like some sort of little, like, not some half-hearted little embrace, but like a full-bodied, full-armed hug. Someone that really lets you know that you're alive, that communicates through their touch. Here I am, here you are, here we are together. Someone who listens, someone who talks, someone who has so much humour to share, always with a positive spin for any negative situation. And Teresa has become to me a very great friend. Recently, it was my birthday, my 50th birthday, after a terrible year. She drove down, caught buses and trains and travelled, I think it was nearly 12 hours to come from Huddersfield to a tiny place in the middle of nowhere to come and celebrate me. And that's the kind of act of friendship that, she said to me a month earlier, so what are we doing? Where are we going? What are we doing? I'm coming down to celebrate your 50th. And I feel almost embarrassed about that, because in the world of my life and my family life, where the demands are so high on me, I can't make that effort happen. It's not that I can't make the effort, but I just can't make it happen to be able to do that for her in the same way. And it's funny because this year is her 50th birthday too. She is going to be celebrating probably very far from me, and so this is my attempt, or part of my attempt, to close that distance and to take the time to really honour her and celebrate her for the genius that she has. What's her genius? It's this natural style of dancing. It's this talent for connecting with people and for being the life and soul of the party. It's funny, at that birthday party that I had, everybody had gone home, and there Teresia and I found ourselves in a room dancing, whooping our heads off, just absolutely going for it to some music and keeping that spirit of the party alive. I'm sure it will never die in Teresia. I can imagine her in an old people's home, getting the whole room going, even if it's from a seat. She's just got the desire to share in celebration, to share with people. This is an expression of her natural genius. In the last few years, she's really got into gardening, and she manages an allotment. And having started trying to garden myself, I've come to realise how difficult it is to be self-sufficient. It's so hard. We had great aspirations for a place that we set up here in Battle a couple of years ago, and we managed to provide some good food during the course of the summer, but anything like self-sufficiency, maybe just in tomatoes, and nothing like being able to look after ourselves during the winter. Well, she's been running an allotment and actually managing to grow enough food to pretty much keep herself out of the shops for the entirety of the year. That is a phenomenal achievement. She's got freezers of food and jars all stored up with all the things that she's grown throughout the course of a year. She's been doing that for years now, and that shows just immense discipline, immense love, the ability to just keep working at something, turning up every day, keeping the place watered, keeping the place weeded, all the processing of the food after it's been harvested. It's just an absolutely astounding thing. And also over the years, she's developed her own senses, like aromatherapy scents that she's created. She's worked tirelessly running a business called Poppins, helping people in their homes, doing odd jobs, kind of care work for them. She trained and worked as a pharmacist and worked in hospitals for years, and unfortunately just found the working conditions in those environments just not suited to her. It's hard for anybody working in those environments, especially someone with a real heart and soul, someone who allows themselves to be affected by things. But she is still churning it out, still doing so much good work in the world, and I know that she's at a turning point right now, and goodness knows what she's going to do next, where it's going to take her. But I really wanted to take a moment to give a vote of appreciation for this absolutely wonderful woman whose friendship I value enormously, and whom I cannot imagine partying without. So This is to you, Teresia. May your life be an example to many other people. Please keep on loving and turning up in the way that you do. Much love.